Hi, I'm Izzy, and this is Dizzy Quilts and Sews. Welcome to episode 48 of hashtag Friday Sews. All right, so as always, a big thank you to Jen, who is the creator. So, Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, who is the creator of this wonderful, wonderful hashtag. So hashtag Friday Sews is a little bit about what we've been doing in the sewing room and a little bit about what's going on in our life. And for what feels like the first time in many weeks, I actually got stuff done in the sewing room this week. So I will share those with you right now. So first things first, I finished, recorded, and published my St. Patty's Day mug rug tutorial. I worked on that on the weekend, and I was so excited about how it was coming up or coming together. I decided to record the video and just publish it on Tuesday this past week. So if you want to make a St. Patrick's Day mug rug, because you celebrate that day, then you have plenty of time to gather up your green scraps and put together a mug rug. So that was the first thing I completed. Second thing I did was work on my Luna pants for woven fabric muslin. So I had made one that I shared last week, which was a little bit tight. So I adjusted my pattern by simply adding a half inch. Did I add a half inch? A quarter inch to both side seams, but only on the back piece because the front piece was fitting me just fine. So I added a quarter inch along both side seams on the back piece, and I didn't reprint the pattern. I basically put the pattern on my fabric, took my rotary cutter or a ruler and a pencil and marked a line right on the fabric and then cut it with my rotary cutter. So yeah, and I used old pillowcases that were not, like, I never put those sheets on any beds because they were really yucky to the touch. They feel very synthetic. So yeah, those sheets are basically for muslins now. And I used 2 pillowcases to put together a muslin for the Luna shorts. And here's a picture of what that ended up looking like. So much better than the first pair, which was really, really tight. They are comfortable-ish. I mean, they're great when I'm standing up and moving around and walking, and they're fabulous. But I wore them for a couple of hours, and when I'm sitting down, they are still feeling a little bit snug. Now, I didn't pop any stitches. The seams are fine, but they're just not feeling very comfortable. And yeah, and it could be like that polyester fabric has like 0 give to it. So I'm feeling a little bit snug when I sit down, but not so bad. And typically I would make these pants out of a linen or a nice viscose, something that isn't so, it's not rigid. It's just, it feels very constricting. So I think I'm going to be brave and cut into some viscose or rayon fabric. I think it's a rayon poplin, actually, I have in my stash that I did not pay an arm and a leg for. So if it doesn't work out, then I won't be super sad. But I think I'm going to be brave and cut into some final fabric and make myself a pair of woven Luna pants over the next week or so. So I'm pretty happy with my first experiment in terms of getting a pair of pants to fit me. I now have a pair of elasticated waist knit pants and woven pants that I can use. So I'm very happy about that. So that was for the pants playing this week. Another thing I finished this week, which I'm really, really happy with, is the little baby quilt. So I shared this, I think, in my February plans. I'm making a baby quilt for the hashtag BHM pattern designers, which is a challenge run in February every year by So Natural Dane. So I picked a fabric by, oh my gosh, her name just completely left my brain. I'm going to put it on the screen. It just poof, gone. And it's called Air Show. And I don't know if you're going to be able to, maybe I'll move back and you'll be able to see it. But here's what it looks like. So this is just the top 2 rows. So I used some pale gray fabric for the background. I used a cute little white and blue print for the bias tape, and some really fun prints for the accent pieces. The little baby hands and the alphabet. And what else have I got on here? Little fishies. So yeah, I mean, I had so much fun putting this together, and it went together so quickly. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Even making the bias tape was fun because this is a nice quilting cotton that behaves and does what it's told. So I cut my strips 1 inch wide, and then I used my bias tape maker, my 1/2 inch bias tape maker, and it worked like a charm without too many fingers being burnt and so on. So yeah, I'm super happy with this. So now the plan for this upcoming week is going to be to baste it, quilt it, bind it so that I can enter it in the month of February, enter it in the challenge this month. And I've already picked the backing fabric, which is this cute little gaming fabric in the same kind of tones as the quilt top. And the father of the baby enjoys electronic games, so I think he'll appreciate this. So that's the plan for the baby quilt in the upcoming week. So a pretty good week all in all. Made a couple of mug rugs and published a video. I finalized my pattern for the Luna pants in a woven fabric, and I finished my baby quilt top. So very happy with my progress in the sewing room this week. Now, as far as my plans for next week, like I said, I want to get this baby quilt finished and entered into the challenge on Instagram, and continue or make my Luna pants in a woven fabric. And hopefully I'll be able to share those with you next week. In terms of life, well, a lot of it right now is about work. Things are still very busy, and that takes up a lot of my time. But, I mean, it's all good. It's all positive stuff. It's just very busy. Other than that, not much has been going on in my life, really. I did get some beautiful flowers from hubby for Valentine's Day earlier this week. So I'm feeling very spoiled and very much loved, which is nice. And we are going to be spending some time with our grandchildren this weekend again, which is always nice. So yeah, pretty quiet on the life front, which is not a bad thing. As far as the channel, well, you have your mug rug tutorial for St. Patrick's Day that went live last week. And for Tuesday next week, I'm going to be really honest, I have no idea what you're getting. I had hoped to have my Think Pink box number 12 opening and make ready to go on Tuesday, but I think there's been a glitch with the shipping of the boxes, or at least my box, because it was supposed to have left Ireland weeks and weeks ago now, and it's still not here. So I'm crossing my fingers that it's going to get delivered before the end of the weekend so that I can record the opening, make the thing, and then put out a video for Tuesday. I already know what I'm making because I did watch everybody else's unboxing. So I know what fabric I'm getting. I know how much of it I'm getting. So I have my pattern lined up, ready to go. So as soon as it gets here, it's getting thrown in the washing machine and hopefully sewn into a top before the end of the weekend. But if that does not happen, I'll have to think of something else to put out on the channel on Tuesday. So it'll be a surprise. All right, well, that's going to do it for me this week. I hope you've had a fabulous week. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please give the video a like on your way out if you liked it, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.